The New Teacher. A story by E.B.'s Heart. It was 12 p.m. on a Monday afternoon. The hot sun was melting the skin of anyone seen outside their homes, as the sun was blazing hot without mercy. A black bat flew out from nowhere and perched on a tree very close to Zander College. It watched around and even flew around the school before perching on the same tree again. After a while, the bat started making a very odd sound as it flew to stand on the ground. Then, suddenly, it changed into a beautiful woman and frowned. "No, I came as a woman before and I was defeated. Let me go as a man this time." She changed into a young man with a large tattoo of a bat at his back. Then he flipped his finger, and a very clean shirt and trouser covered his body. He then flipped his finger again. A small file appeared in his hand. The file was filled with little human fingers which turned into candies once he looked at them. He then walked to the gate of Zander College, looked at the notice of teachers wanted, and smiled. He walked straight to the principal's office and knocked. "Come in," the principal, Mrs. Teresa, said when she heard the knock. "I am here for the teaching position," the man said and looked at the principal deeply while chanting quietly under his breath. After a few questions, he was employed and taken to a class to be introduced as the new maths teacher. "Hello students, my name is Uncle B. I am your new maths teacher," the man said and started chanting around the classroom. "Today, we are just going to introduce ourselves and start lessons tomorrow," Uncle B said and opened his file. He shared the sweets in his bag to selected students in his class and told them to eat it at night. They were 12 in number. "I want you all to become very smart like me. As junior students, you will become my soldiers," he said and smiled. "Do not show anyone the sweet. If you show them, you will not be as smart as I am again. Lick the sweet once you are about to sleep so that no one will see it." His words convinced the selected students and they all put the sweets inside their school bags. That night, they all took the sweet in their various homes while hiding, except Junior. Junior forgot his school bag at his mother's shop that day. So that night, when he remembered Uncle B's instruction to take the sweet, he ran to where he keeps his school bag but didn't see it. "Oh no, so I am not going to be as smart as my teacher," Junior cried. When it was so late in the night and everyone had gone to bed, a bat flew into their rooms and woke them up, one after the other. The children all woke up even though it felt like they were dreaming. When the bat, which was Uncle B, got to Junior's home, it couldn't enter. "Oh no," it screamed. "Why did he not lick his own sweet? I have already chosen them and that sweet must be consumed by him. What could have stopped him?" Uncle B said angrily. All the students saw themselves flying in the air while Uncle B led the way. They perched at Junior's window and tried everything to wake Junior up, but Junior was in deep sleep. Uncle B was desperate. He needed the children to help him possess the whole school and bring in his fellow demons, and they must be 12 in number, the complete number that he had picked. So Uncle B told the children, who had all changed to a bat, to start using their beak on the glass window. He kept chanting so that no one will come out and see them. After some minutes, the glass to Junior's room broke and the bats rushed inside to wake him up. Uncle B quickly changed to himself and decided to carry Junior away while he was sleeping. But they didn't know that Junior's parents heard the noise and were rushing to Junior's room to know what was breaking. So Uncle B lifted Junior up to carry him away when he heard the door handle shake and the door opening. He was shocked, while the students, who were now bats, froze in shock too. As Junior's parents were opening the door, that was the same moment Uncle B, who immediately turned into a bat, flew under Junior's bed with the other bats. "Junior, are you all right?" Junior's mother, Mrs. Pauline, said softly while patting Junior's head. But Junior woke up and held his mother's hand. "I saw a bad dream. Can I come to your room?" Junior pleaded while his father watched. Junior followed his parents to their room and Uncle B fumed. "Time is running out. I need him to join us now," he said to the bats that were perching all over Junior's room. When it was morning, Junior was scared to tell his parents that he forgot his school bag at the shop, knowing they will scold him, so he took his old school bag and wore it under his sweater. "Are you cold?" Why are you wearing a sweater? His older sister, who was a senior in the same school, asked. Leave me alone, I am cold, Junior said angrily to put her off. When Junior got to school, Uncle B was angrily waiting for him. You didn't take your sweet as I told you? Don't you want to be smart like your mates? Uncle B asked, his face turning red from anger. Junior stammered with fear when he saw how angry Uncle B was. You have just today to take it, if not you will remain dumb forever, Uncle B threatened. Junior could not concentrate on his study throughout the day. He couldn't wait to run to his mother's shop and get the sweet from his bag. Since it will only be eaten at night, Junior decided to hide it in his short pocket until it was time to take it. But at Mrs. Pauline's shop, she saw Junior's school bag and got angry. What did this boy take to school today? What is Junior doing in school without his books and school bag? She became upset and called her husband. Junior is up something bad. Could you believe he went to school today while his bag is at the shop? Mrs. Pauline was talking while he searched Junior's bag. Then the sweet fell out of the bag, a black wrap of sweet with bat drawn on it. Where did Junior get this kind of sweet from? Mrs. Pauline felt goosebump all over her body when she touched the sweet. She then opened it and the lights in her shop started blinking aggressively. The sweet itself was red and smelt like blood. Oh my God, what is Junior doing with this? She said and wrapped the sweet in a small nylon and kept it inside her drawer. He must explain to me how and where he got such a strange sweet, Junior's mother fumed. Junior came back later and ran to his school bag, searching for the sweet. His mother tapped his shoulder and asked him how he went to school without his bag. Junior convinced his mother that he took the books he needed and left the bag on purpose. But when his mother opened her drawer to bring the sweet and ask him how he got such sweet, the sweet had disappeared. She searched everywhere for it, but it was gone. Where did you get the sweet that I saw earlier in your bag? Mrs. Pauline asked her son, frowning. Sweet? I didn't buy any sweet, Junior lied. It is better I lie, Junior had thought when he noticed that his mother couldn't find the sweet. That night, as Junior slept, they came again to take him with them but found Junior sound asleep. He failed again, he failed me, I will teach him a lesson, Uncle B roared angrily. When Junior got to school the next day, Uncle B told him that he will fail and remain in the same class for so long unless he joins them. And to join them, he will not only lick the sweet, but he will also put something in his mother's food. We need to be sure of your loyalty, Uncle B said while smiling mischievously at Junior. I want to be smarter, and I also want to join you, Junior said in tears. Uncle B then gave another sweet to Junior and said, take it when you are about to sleep and make sure you put this salt in your mother's food. But why do I need to put salt in my mother's food? Junior asked boldly and throwing Uncle B off. No child should be able to ask you question, they must obey you sheepishly. Uncle B remembered what he was told before he came to the school and wondered if he was making a safe choice by picking Junior as part of his new army. Junior took the sweet and the salt to the toilet and hid them in his school uniform's pocket. He didn't want to forget it again. But when he got to his mother's shop, rain started falling, making Junior and his sister get wet while trying to help pack their mother's goods inside the shop. That was how Junior removed his wet school uniform, wore another cloth, and forgot the uniform in their shop, causing him to forget the sweet yet again. That night, when the bats came, Uncle B then decided to take another action. I need to replace Junior in our group and put another student that is serious and that will complete us 12. To do that, we need to kill Junior, because no one who is not one of us must know our secret, Uncle B said to his little minions. Uncle B thought of ways to get Junior since he had not licked the sweet. He can only get you when you take what he gives you at night. So he became furious and decided to do it in another way. That night, Uncle B took his army to attack Junior. They wanted to kill him in his sleep. But when they got to Junior's house, his window refused to open and his glass couldn't break too. Uncle B tried everything possible to enter Junior's home from the door, to the window, and even the ceiling, but failed. When it was almost morning, he told the other bats to go home and he hid under Junior's father's car. All I need is to pick his hair with my beak and he will die, Uncle B, who was in form of a bat, thought. When Junior and his sister came out to enter the car, Uncle B flew out from under the car and rushed to Junior. "What is a bat doing here?" Mrs. Pauline shouted and tried to shoo it away. But it quickly picked his hair and Junior fell on the ground, convulsing. Junior's mother quickly rushed him inside and tried to help him stay calm. But Junior stopped breathing. It was when they were rushing him to the hospital that Uncle B appeared by the roadside, looking at them with a frown. "He is supposed to die immediately. Why are they taking him to the hospital? Does it mean he is still alive?" Uncle B thought and left. That day in school, the news of Junior having an accident circulated through his class and the school. Everyone pitied and expected him to make a full recovery soon, but he didn't recover until the term came to an end. He was in a coma, fighting for his life. And by the time the term ended, 20% of the students in Zander College had joined Uncle B. Uncle B started by giving his sweets to his 12 selected soldiers, telling them to make sure they give and convince at least 5 students to lick the sweet at night. None of the students could explain what was happening to them. They just saw themselves flying at night, and sometimes they see themselves eating dead bodies. This continued until one day, a teacher, Mrs. Amelia, saw one of Uncle B's soldiers trying to force another student to take the sweet and lick. She took the student to the principal and he was flogged so much. The student confessed that Uncle B told him to force the sweet on the student. But the teacher was surprised that the principal refused to take the words of the student serious because Uncle B was mentioned. The principal's response even scared Mrs. Amelia more. "Stay out of Uncle B's business. Next time you hear any rumor or gossip about him, look the other way." Amelia kept thinking about the principal's response and it made her start digging about what was happening in the school. Her discovery scared her even more. Uncle B had a clique of students whom he commands anyhow, so she vowed to expose whatever they were doing and sack Uncle B. The clique shares sweet every weekend to students. Mrs. Amelia's daughter, Ola, was a junior student but was not part of the clique. So one night, Uncle B flew to Amelia's house. His intention was for him and his clique to eat her the way they have been eating anyone who crosses them. But they couldn't fly in when they got to Amelia's house. Her house had a strong spiritual barricade. After trying severally, they decided to initiate Ola, Amelia's daughter, so that they can penetrate Amelia through her. But Ola was not like any other student they had initiated. She carried a certain kind of air that was suffocating. So they sent her friend Sandra. "If you lick this sweet at night, your brain will open and you start understanding maths like all of us. They call it sweet of knowledge. My sister gave it to me," Sandra tried to convince her. "Do not tell anyone that you have it, else it will not work. Just hide at night and lick it when you are about to sleep," Sandra said in a very charming tone. Ola, who have always struggled to be better at maths, collected the sweet and smiled. "Lick it when you want to sleep and see the wonders that will happen," Sandra chipped in again and walked away. Ola was fascinated by what Sandra said. "So there is sweet of knowledge and I didn't know? So I will be better at maths." That night, Ola hid the sweet under her pillow at night, waiting for when she will get to bed to lick it. And while she waited for the right time, Uncle B, in form of a bat, was outside their house with his clique, waiting for her to lick the sweet to give them access into their home. Ola kept looking at the time as she ate with her little brother. Their father had died some years back and it was only Mrs. Amelia, their mother, that was taking care of them. When they were done with their meal, Ola was about to hurry out of the table when Amelia said, "Did something happen today at school? Tell me all that happened at school today, Ola." Ola was not surprised. In fact, she was happy, because this was a normal discussion in their family. Her mother normally asks them what happened, who they spoke to, who they took something from. She always enjoyed such discussion because she will always want to outshine her little brother in good behavior. But this night, Ola had a mixed feeling about the question. She was happy that she will show how much she was well behaved than her brother, but somehow uncomfortable and scared that her mother might learn about the sweet. "Will Mom agree and be happy that I took something from someone?" Will she understand that it was a special sweet? Ola was still in deep thought while her mother asked her repeatedly about what happened at school that day. "Oh, Mom, nothing happened," Ola lied. "Then what were you thinking about?" Emilia asked softly. She had a way of getting out any hidden thought out of children. "Nothing, Mom, just that Sandra gave me a sweet of knowledge. She said it will make me know maths more and be perfect in maths like them." Once Ola said sweet of knowledge, Emilia's mind went back to the sweet she had seen some students sharing amongst themselves. "Where is it?" Emilia stood up immediately, her eyes looking scary, like someone who was possessed. It's under my pillow. Sandra said I should lick it at night when I want to go to bed." Ola was still talking when Emilia ran to her room and raised her pillow up. There it was, the sweet. She took it and ran outside their house, dug the ground and buried the sweet. "We will leave the sweet here for 3 days, and when we dig it out, whatever that is hidden under the sweet will be revealed," Emilia said and went inside with her children. They all knelt down and prayed for hours. "Remember what I always told you, do not take anything from anyone," Emilia warned her children again. Uncle B and his clique waited until morning before leaving, disappointed. The next day at school, Emilia told some teachers that she trusts what happened, and they all shared what they have also observed since Uncle B joined the school. "Junior's mother told me something about a sweet some months ago before Junior had the accident," the English teacher, Mrs. Amaka, said, frowning. Emilia was able to get 2 teachers on her side, and they gradually started investigating Uncle B. They found out from students that almost 50% of the students in the school have licked Uncle B's sweet, and some of them even confessed to seeing themselves flying at night. They also found out that Uncle B was planning something big for the school on the day of the school's end-of-the-year party. One of the students confessed to Emilia and Amaka that they have been taxed with bringing a strain of hair from every member of their families before the party day. "We need to find out where Uncle B is living. We need to know who he really is. I don't know why the principal accepted him into this school just the same day he came to apply for the job," Emilia said with worry. "The secretary told me the principal didn't even do proper interview, that she was surprised when she asked her to introduce Uncle B to the students as their maths teacher," Mrs. Amaka added. That evening, the 3 teachers stayed back in school. They wanted to follow Uncle B to his house. Emilia took her children to her sister's house and came back to school. She parked her car a little farther from the school gate, watching with the other teachers to see when Uncle B will leave the school. But to their shock, Uncle B didn't leave the school until it was dark. At around 10 p.m., the 3 teachers who had been waiting in the car became terrified. "We need to leave, this is now so risky, what if he attacks us?" Mrs. Amaka asked with a scared tone. "We need to see who we are letting close to our children. Even if we wait until tomorrow, let's just sacrifice and also get some video evidence that we will show the principal," Emilia said boldly. Then, just a few minutes past 12 a.m., they heard the sound of bats crying in the sky. "Why are bats gathering around our school?" Emilia tapped the other 2 teachers who were already asleep. They were still looking scared and wondering what was happening when the bats all turned into their students, dressed in their school uniform, and formed a queue behind Uncle B, who was heading them into the bush nearby. The teachers all looked at one another, speechless and scared. In the dead of the night, Emilia drove slowly behind them to see what they were doing in the bush. She then stopped at the entrance of the bush, and the other teachers came down with her to see where the students were going to. But before their eyes, Uncle B turned into a big bat, while all the students lined up behind him followed. The teachers gasped while they hurriedly hid in the tall grasses. "This is almost the entire school. What went wrong?" the 3rd teacher, who was the youngest amongst them, said in tears. "They even forgot to video them as they had planned. We need to act fast. Convince the principal that the school need deliverance before the end of the year party. Visit some of the parents of our students that we know, open the eyes of the rest of the teachers to see what is happening. These are the 3 things we must do and do very fast," Emilia said while she started the engine of her car. By the time she got home, it was already past 2 a.m. She knelt down and prayed for her children, even though they were with her sister. She then prayed all through the night until morning. However, when Mrs. Amaka got home, she went into her two daughters' room and found them in deep sleep. As she knelt down to pray for them, their door suddenly opened and closed by force. A strange sound started coming out of her daughter's mouth. She rushed to them, shaking them to wake up, but they couldn't wake up. Mrs. Amaka panicked while calling her husband, who was a medical doctor and who was at the hospital, to come home immediately. When her husband returned home, he checked their daughters and said they were in a coma. He carried one on his shoulder while his wife screamed and followed him closely. But as they neared their door, the door slammed shut and locked from the outside. All their efforts throughout the night to take their daughters outside failed. That was when Mrs. Amaka told her husband all that was happening. So they both kept their daughters before them, watching and praying to see what will happen. They wanted to be sure that their daughters were not part of Uncle B's clique. Once it was 4 a.m., their doors unlocked from the outside and two bats flew into their home, crying and flying around angrily. After some seconds, the bats disappeared and their daughters woke up. That was how they knew that their daughters have been initiated. Their daughters started crying while telling them that something started happening to them after they licked the sweet of knowledge. Mrs. Amaka called Amelia on the phone in panic. "My daughters are no longer themselves, they said they licked the sweet too." That was when Amelia remembered the sweet she buried in her compound and rushed to dig the ground. She saw the sweet still there, but when she opened it, she saw a human finger in it and screamed. On the next school day, the teachers went to the principal with some of the students and the parents who were convinced that something was wrong, but the principal refused to accept what they were saying. She continued talking in whispers, as if someone was holding a gun to her throat. "Leave my office," the principal murmured with tears in her eyes. Everyone got up scared and was about to leave when the principal held Amelia's hand and said, help me please, don't leave." Amelia was so startled, and as she turned, she saw in a flash a big bat sitting on the principal's head, picking her hairs. She screamed while she fell on the floor. The others ran back to know why she was screaming, but the door to the principal's office slammed shut to their faces. Junior woke up at the hospital in the midst of the chaos at the principal's office and started crying. His mother, who was always by his side, held him and was shouting for the doctors to come. "Tell them not host end of the year party in my school this year. Tell my auntie, Mom. If they do, Uncle B will open the gate of hell and let out all his friends into our world through all the children that has licked his sweet." Junior said these words and fell back into coma. His mother started shaking him while shouting for help. Then the doctors rushed in and sent Junior's mother out. The doctors came out after some minutes and told her that Junior had gone back into coma. She cried and screamed her son's name even more. But after the crying and screaming, Junior's mother then started thinking about what Junior told her. He was passing a message. He was telling me something. Maybe this might save him, Junior's mother thought, and left for his school. When she got there, she met a confusing commotion. Many parents had been called and the entire school compound was filled up. The principal was ready to sacrifice herself for her students. That was why she decided to speak out, even though speaking out might get her killed. This was not the plan. Two bats perching on a tree inside the school compound said to themselves. They were demons like Uncle B. They were in other schools and had successfully overtaken the schools. Why didn't he plan strategically in order to win this school like we did ours? They were still discussing, thinking on ways to help Uncle B without being caught when they saw a woman amongst the crowd. She was the mad woman who was known in that area. "What is she doing here?" the two demons said in fear. "We need to be ready to run away from here. I don't want anyone to send me back to hell." The parents saw a mad woman and shouted for the security to take her away, but they didn't know that she was not an ordinary mad woman. Years ago, she was once a student of one of the schools that the demons had captured. She was the only one who survived and could not be possessed by the demons then, so she dedicated her life into hunting the demons. The demons feared her light and how much she can do to them, so they ran away anywhere she was seen. She has been roaming the streets of the whole city for years now, telling everyone to be wary of the demons living amongst them, but everyone only saw her as a mad woman. As the security men came to take her away, she turned to the parents and said, "To save your children, they all have to vomit the sweet they licked. It is still inside their stomach, controlling them. And if you want it to happen, lay your hands on your children, pray for your children." Parents don't pray for their children anymore. They buy everything they want, give whatever they want to eat to them, but they do not do the most important thing for them anymore: spiritual protection through prayer. The mad woman was talking while the security men were dragging her away. Her words struck a parent's heart, and she ran to her son where he was standing and prayed for him. Not long after, her son vomited a human finger. All the parents around ran to their children and started praying for them. Soon, they all vomited what was in their stomach. The more they vomited was the more Uncle B lost his power. When all the students became liberated, Uncle B, who was still in form of a bat, fell on the ground weak and defeated. The principal got herself too and ran out of her office crying. Emilia also ran outside, and everyone was scared of going into the principal's office. It was also the mad woman who came inside the office, took the bat, and walked away. Everyone looked in shock. She went straight to her house in the forest and put it inside the cage with the other demons she had captured. "You will remain here, trapped and weak," the mad woman said and laughed loudly. By the time Junior's mother got to the hospital, Junior was already awake and eating with a smile. "Mom, I had a strange dream," Junior said to his mother as he chewed his food. When his mother asked him what he saw, he smiled and said that he has forgotten it. That was how Xander College became free from the demons that had come to capture her, because one of her students spoke to her parents who was ready to listen. Emilia's daughter, Ola's confession to her mother opened her eyes to the dangers lurking around. Parents no longer talk with their children or pray for them. The habit of talking with your children about their day can help you know when danger is lurking around them, and most importantly, pray for your children.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.